G'day guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And in today's video we're going through my wildcard round AFL footy tips and predictions. Before we get started in this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get straight into the recap from round 24. Alrighty, so as by reviewing last weekend, a footy got a total score of 6 out of 9 tips correct. Got a bit of a shaky start to the round, but obviously ended off in a good fine style, getting the last 4 or 5 tips correct in a row, so that was good to end off the round and end off the 2026 home and away season. So first tip, St Kilda v Gold Coast. Gold Coast won by 23. I backed the Saints in by 14. They obviously lost that game. That's why the margin says you were 37 points off the margin. So they added up both scores, the actual margin and my margin, to see if I got it right or wrong. And obviously I got that tip wrong by tipping St Kilda. Gold Coast, they ended off their season and career, ended their season in fine style, winning by 23 points on the road. So a good win for the Suns. Then the Lions, they did the exact same thing. They travelled to Melbourne to face the Pies at the MCG, and what a game this was. Brisbane annihilated them by 63 bloody points at the MCG. An unbelievable result for the Brisbane Lions. Logan Morris kicked 8, and he was a beautiful presenter up front at the football for the Brisbane Lions, and gave them the win with that third place finish over the Hawthorn Hawks, who are obviously finished fourth as of on screen right now, above me to the left, to the right hand side of this screen. So yeah, well done by Brisbane to win that game over Collingwood. Then we get the first tip out of the round correct. We tipped Carlton over Freo in an upset. What a game this was, Carlton. I knew they were gonna try and beat Fremantle, and Fremantle, they were trying to get some of their young talent in, so then they can have their main list in for the finals, of course, coming up in a couple of weeks when they play Hawthorn in their first qualifying final at Optus Stadium in Perth. But that's why Carlton steamrolled them in the end with a great list. They got the job done pretty convincingly by 37 points, so good job by Carlton. Got that tip correct because I thought they were going to beat Freo, because they did the exact same thing to Brisbane a couple of weeks ago as well. So well done by Carlton to win that game. Melbourne v Dogs. I should have tipped the Dogs in this one because it would have helped out the Crows a lot, and it did actually help the Crows a lot because they did win the game. Melbourne obviously got that one wrong since I did tip the D's, and the Dogs, what an upset. Well, not really an upset. I guess it was an upset since the Demons at the MCG have been a powerhouse team of the MCG in front of their home fans, in front of their home members and whatnot. So really impressive to see the Dogs pile on the pain and win by 21 points in a thriller. Good game that was. I'll upload a TikTok on the TikTok page in just in a little bit of time. I might do that tomorrow or whatever. As I'm filming this, it's the Wednesday night, so I'll be able to I'll be able to get that TikTok out hopefully by tonight or tomorrow at the latest. But anyway, that TikTok is about Caleb Windsor's goal, just so you know. But yeah, I'll post that on TikTok later on. But enough about TikTok, let's go back to YouTube. Geelong and Adelaide, easy tips get correct on the Saturday night. Richmond, they wanted their season to end, and same with GWS. Adelaide and Tex Walker's farewell home and away season game. Packed house at the Adelaide Oval for that game. What a game it was. They won by 56 points in the end, with both teams scoring combined 39 goals in the game. Impressive from both sides. Surprisingly, the Giants got 101 points, which we don't tend to see very often, since the Giants obviously finished in 12th and obviously not going to be in finals contention this season. Then I got the last 3 correct, tipping Port in a narrow win against Essendon, Sydney in an easy somehow win with 5 of their best players out against North, and the Hawthorn Hawks defeating West Coast pretty easily in the West. In the wet and the West, of course, in WA. So what a game, what a round that was. Final round of the home and away season, lived up to the hype, and I got a 6 out of 9 tips correct. Let's go through the tipping competition series on the top of the leaderboard, heading into the finals for 2026. Alright, so as by looking at the ladder right now, Big Kev still on top by 2 tippers, or by 2 tips. Obviously getting a 5 out of 9 last week. Shannon got 1 better, and so did I. I got 1 better than everyone else with a 5 out of 9. I got a 6 out of 9, and same with Shannon Humphreys. He's got 165 in a narrowly second place, or in a narrow second place. 3 bet pending with 164 in third. Alvin Tiger Jones and I are both tied in fourth, currently and kind of, with 5 margin difference. Obviously, he's got a better margin by 5 overall in the footy tips, so that's good for him. That's why he's up up on the leaderboard in 4th right now. He got a 5 out of 9 last week, but he did get margin a bit closer either for this round or in a previous round in footy tips from round 0 onwards. But yeah, it's a close race between me and Alvin Tiger Jones to see who's going to get top 4. I don't think either of us can rise up to the top 3, but these top 3 will probably stay as is from now on. And Shannon Humphries, he could climb up to climb up to 1st, or he could go down to 3rd. So it could be some narrow changes going into the last couple of rounds of the season, or the wildcard finals, should I say, and also the other finals coming up from this qualifying and eliminations, semis, prelims, and obviously the grand final, because we have 11 games to go through. I'm not entirely sure, but as by adding them all up, I think there's 11 finals in total. So I most likely won't get to the top of the leaderboard, but if I can get to third or fourth, that'd be pretty decent for my season overall. Currently in 5th, but without further ado, let's get straight into the footy tips for round 1 of the final series. It's the Wildcard Finals, starting with Dogs Pies, ending with D's Blues. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so we start things off on the Friday night, the 28th of August 2026 at the MCG, 7:10 PM start time. What a game this is going to be. The Dogs hosting the Collingwood Football Club at the MCG. What a massive contest it's going to be between these two sides. The Bontempelli v Dacos rivalry. It's going to be an absolute classic at the MCG between these two sides, and I cannot wait for it to get started at the MCG. I'll be a youth group for this game. Hopefully it's going to be an entertaining game of football. I won't be there for the whole of it, but I'll be there for at least the first half, and obviously come home to watch the second half on and maybe film a TikTok if there's an entertaining moment of the game in the second half. So what a game this is going to be. My prediction, I'm going to say it straight away with a straight face, and I'm not going to predict. I'm not going to change my prediction for this one. I'm going to back in the Dogs in their home game. I'm going to back them in against the Collingwood outfit. It's going to be strong, and it's going to be fierce. It's going to be hard. And Bontempelli, as a bold call, is going to get more touches than Dacos as a big call. But also, the Dogs are going to win this game in my prediction. They're going to win by 9 points. A thrilling contest at the MCG. It'll be just over a goal, and someone will kick the match winner. I don't know who it'll be yet, but I reckon it'll be one of the forwards, or even Marcus Bontempelli. Knowing him, he would be one of the guys to kick the match-winning goal in the wildcard final number 1. So what a game this is going to be. I'm going to back in the Dogs to win against the Pies. Heavy favourites going into this game after defeating the D's, whereas the Pies, they lost to the Lions at the MCG last time they played a game back in round 24 on the Friday night last week. The Dogs do get less rest, but the Pies, I feel like because they're coming off a loss, and a big loss in that way, they have finished 9th on the table, and I reckon the Dogs can seal the deal, win this game, and head through to an elimination final against the Adelaide Crows next weekend at the Adelaide Oval. So I'm going to back in the Dogs by 9 points to begin the Wildcard Finals. And the final game of the round, 7:05 PM on the Saturday, the 29th of August at the MCG, Melbourne hosting Carlton. We've seen finals between these two sides before. Obviously, Blake Acres kicking the match winner only narrowly by scoring a game-winning goal from Melbourne, being inaccurate towards the end of the game to Carlton ending up stealing it in their win against the Melbourne Demons. What a game that was in the semi-final in 2023. But what a game this is going to be. Is it going to repeat history? We'll find out. But what a game it's going to be. I'm going to back in the Melbourne Demons in this one. I know that... Actually, no, I'm going to back in the Blues. I'm going to back in the Blues in this one. I think because of recent history against any team, even if it's Geelong or Melbourne or whatever, of recent history in finals and whatnot, or even the home and away season, I think they'll move through to face the Cats in the second elimination final. So this is going to be an entertaining game of football, but I'm backing in the Blues to repeat history again against the Melbourne Demons and win by a narrow 2-point margin. For the Dogs game, I forgot to predict a margin. I'll say the Dogs by 14 in that one. Actually, no, I'll say them by 9 in that one. But the D's Blues, are backing the Blues to win this game by 2 points in a narrow, escaping win over the Melbourne Demons to finalise the wildcard round, and they will face the Geelong Cats in the second elimination final, whereas the Bulldogs will go to face the Crows in the first elimination final on the Saturday, September 5th. It's going to be an entertaining game of football between these two sides, and I cannot wait for the weekend to get underway between these two games. It's going to be a blockbuster. I'll be able to stream the Melbourne Carlton game on the Saturday night, so it should be entertaining to stream it. And I hope you guys can get there and watch along with me. It's going to be an entertaining game. But I'm backing the Blues to win by 2 points in a massive, thrilling contest. Repeat history against the D's at the MCG. Alrighty guys, well that'll do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure to comment down below your tips and predictions. There's only 2 games this weekend, of course, since the Wildcard Finals are underway. Obviously starting Friday night, the 28th of August. I don't know why they've decided to start finals in August, but I guess the traditional finals technically start in September. So there we go. 4 games next week. It's going to be Freo, Hawthorn, Sydney, Brisbane. Those 2 games are locked in. The Crows are going to have to wait, and same with Geelong, to see who they will host at the MCG and Adelaide Oval in the next couple of games, which will be the wildcard winners, of course, between Melbourne, Carlton, Dogs, Pies. Whoever wins those 2 games will move on to face the Cats and the Crows in the Elims. But that's all we have time for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below your tips and predictions, and we'll see you guys in the next bit of content I post on the channel. Next video will probably be the next week footy tips for the qualifying and elimination finals. If not, it probably will be some sort of video for something else. I don't know what that will be, but hopefully there will be some sort of video on that. If not, it will be the tips for next week. And next stream will obviously be Melbourne Carlton, so get there. It's going to be fun. We'll see you guys in the next bit of content. Have a good one. Peace.